Evening, everyone. It's a little late, but I had some things to do after the close today, and it is 7:40 p.m. on 10/26 Tuesday evening. Okay, consumer confidence 113.8 versus a 108 expectation. I just want to mention that when everybody is on one side of the boat usually tips. And so I kind of use this as it gets more and more extreme as kind of the same thing I use the AAII numbers. Everybody's never right, and so I use it as a bit of a contrary indicator. Case Shiller up 19.7 on a month by month basis, up 1%, so that's 12% per year. And I'm a little disappointed in the market, and I'll tell you why. Uh, there's something about writing down the numbers every day when I prepare for this comment, same as I do in the morning. There's something about writing down the numbers and seeing what they actually are and having them in your memory from yesterday because you wrote them down. And the thing that sticks out with me is the volume. In the past week, volume has expanded a bit and pushing to new highs. That's pretty much to be expected. But yesterday's volume was 5.6 billion. We've been running at about 4 to 4.1 billion. So yesterday's volume was 40% higher than the average. But even while that was going on, there were a lot of companies, big names, falling even on better numbers. Tonight I noticed that the volume on a day that we kind of ran out of gas and basically closed unchanged, the volume was an astounding 6.9 billion, according to my numbers here. And that's a number that is rarely seen without a rebalancing or a quadruple witching expiration. And I look at some of the companies that beat. Texas Instruments beat, but gave poor guidance. 189.60 down 10.65%. Lockheed Martin missed on revenues, beat on earnings. 331.91 down 44.42, almost 12%. AMD beat. The stock got up to 127, but at the end of the day, it was 122.15, down 21 cents. Microsoft was the biggest winner. It was an unmitigated beat. The stock had closed 310.11, up $1.98, and is currently 315.80, up 767. Google beat, and it was a pretty high bar there. And the stock had closed 27.93, up 17.98, and it right now is 27.82. So that gave up about $10, and it's up 654, or a quarter of 1%. Facebook, we know, missed yesterday. And the stock went from 340 back down to 314 and rallied all the way back up on the day. Was a little bit weaker today, but it finished 315, right near that low. 315.81 down 12.88, 3.9%. UPS was a beat. 218.07, up 14.17, or 7%. And Robinhood was a miss. Small account sizes, decreasing number of new accounts, and a decrease in crypto trading. This stock came, if you recall, came at 38. They took it all the way up to 85. Now it's back below its initial offering, down at 36.30, down 271 on the day. 7% lower, and now everybody who is in it after the initial offering is at a loss. Not to mention the people who own it on the run up. Unfortunately, stocks like this have been favored by all of the new traders in the market, and that sets up a very negative tone to how they look at the market. Having never been in a sideways or down market, this is a big surprise to a lot of people. Um, let's face it, things in this country and the real world are not as good as the market's projecting. Inflation is high. Um, while it may not continue to gain, once we have higher prices baked in, inflation staying the same or moving only a little is not the same as prices coming down, and they won't. Kimberly Clark, big miss because of the CEO said input costs. They're passing it along to the consumer who are paying it. But it's a problem. And, the Fed and the Secretary of the Treasury have turned very political. Biden, looking at the polls, is in deep trouble. And the liars and thieves in the Congress and Senate are doing just what they always do, lying and stealing. Things are not record setting great, not by any long shot. And so, in the very near term, I'm somewhat negative. And let's face it, October's almost over. There are only a couple of more days. The end of this week is the end of the month. And this has been volatile, and seasonally we should be moving higher, but it doesn't always happen that way. The Dow was up 1573, 17 to 15 down. NASDAQ was up 901, 6 to 5 down. S&P was up 831. The Russell was down 16 and a half, 0.75%, and the transports were up. The transports have not made a new high. The Dow and the S&P have made a new high every day for the last week. So there is some divergence there. So, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but this is the reason why you need to keep position sizes appropriate for your trading and not get crazy. The oil on the screen, you can see it closed on the low yesterday, tried the downside, finished on the high today, although it didn't move through yesterday's high. Tonight it's down just a little, 37 cents. Nat gas, which was very strong yesterday, did not follow through. It was down 6 cents. It's down 6 cents now, but as you can see, they tried to push it higher after yesterday. Had a big range of 50 cents again, 573 to 623. Closed slightly lower, and tonight is slightly lower again. The gold again failed. It's basically unchanged tonight, but after yesterday's good close up on the day, higher end of the range, turned straight down. Just so everyone knows, our gold trader, Dennis, who is still doing a gold only trading account, was long coming into the day, made about $2, got out of it, did not get short, but also did not get back in. So he was telling me tonight that for all of his years, and those are many, he started trading gold in 1975, he has never seen gold this erratic. Looks to me like it's trying to make a big bottom here. Take a look at the weekly. It doesn't look bad, and it looks like it's continuing to flag out, but it just doesn't have the follow through. I mean, we really need to get through this 1833 on a weekly close basis even that would just bring us right under this downtrend line. So, but on the plus side, we are solidly above all the moving averages, and the 5-week has turned back up and looks like it may go through the 20-week and the 50-week with any kind of rally out of here. Bitcoin was down about 750. The dollar was up 13 ticks, 93.94, up 13, and the bonds were up about a half a point. So, like I said, I'm not trying to be negative, but this is a treacherous market. Even that piece of crap, DWAC, the supposed Trump social media platform stock that went from 10 to 175 in 2.5 days, is trading 57. Yesterday it was down 10. Today it's down 27. Wouldn't surprise me to see it, 30 or below, and pretty quickly. So be careful out there. This is a very tough market, and all I can tell you is the best thing for you to do, if you're going to be involved on a day-by-day basis, make sure that your position size is appropriate to your risk. Have a good evening.